checking to see if that'll actually... register stuff. Okay. Well, that's not what I want it to do. I wonder if it'll actually let me. Can I? Nope. Cool. Alright, well. Whatever. And of course, microphone is ass away from my face, but you know, there's only so much shit that I can do in a day. Okay. I'm gonna bump that down. Let's see if I can get this to work. I'm gonna bump that down even further. So, yeah, okay, that works. Yeah, you can kind of hear it in the background. Cool. I'm gonna go here. Oh, I should probably... What is that coming from? That is coming from... This. Okay. I'm gonna turn that off before I forget. Okay. Sorry. It's been a while since I've played this game. Obviously, you can see it loaded in. I'm gonna actually erase all of my save data. Because... Screw this. We'll just start from the beginning. Why not? I like this game a lot, though. This is like one of my go-to fun time games. Cause it's a go-to fun time game, and I am dealing with lovely stuff. Insofar that I don't have work, and I need to find a way to make money again. I will find a way. Somehow. Oh wow, how did that get so...
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure,
I'm gonna let it do its thing first. Because, yeah, and then I'll adjust the audio
which I had only a fleeting
again. Because that's my life. And then I'll adjust the webcam.
But I must admit that such
it all got sideways, which is great.
Still,
Good
questions
job.
about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me.
Yeah, I don't have a light.
I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close,
Maybe find a way to do
realizing
that.
perhaps the ending
have means
is not
to
yet
this
been
time.
written.
Yes, the ending has not yet been written, I know. I'm gonna drag you to be down a little bit further. I need to go to you. No. Oh my gosh. See, this is where I wish I could actually zoom in and see where this stupid shit is. There we go. Okay, that's better. At least I could tab it. This is a really, really old game. Okay, I'm gonna make that go a little bit more quieter. Anytime I have to adjust audio, it kills the audio of the game because that's the way my computer works and it's stupid. This is a really, really old game. By really old, I mean like this came out either the 1980s, and I wasn't born yet, because I was born at the end of the 1980s, or the 90s. I just remember playing it by the fact that I watched my father play it and I sat on his lap. We're gonna go free roam because yeah, escape will give me the menu, which will give me all these fun things, including flashlight, which is useful. Okay. You see I now have free roam. I right click and I can do that and move around as I want. Aha. So this is a lot darker than I thought it was gonna be. Flashlight. Thank you. Because I don't remember this being that dark. And when you got free roam on, having a flashlight is very helpful. I don't think I can futz with those, can I? No. Thank you for giving us a flashlight, Myst. Okay. So, topographical, I can speak. Topographical extrusion test is 40. Marker switch diagram is 47. Water and turbulent pool is 67 for settings. Okay. So we're currently at 67, which is the water turbulent pool. So let's do 40. Is that actually going to do anything? And it shows me the overview of the island. Okay. Right. So marker switch diagram is 47. And I'm just kind of straight jumping into this, and I don't care. Okay. I think this is just going to show me what the marker switches look like, if I remember correctly, but we shall see. Yeah, this just shows me what these marker switches look like. Doesn't actually grant me anything. Alright. I'm gonna escape and turn off flashlight. Because, yeah, here's like a marker switch. It currently does nothing. Oh, family's playing music upstairs. That's what that noise is. Let's see. Up here. Part of the other reason why I want to play this is because Cyan is actually either remaking or remastering Riven, which is the sequel, which is really cool. Considering this game's been out for like 25 years. Oh, they had an anniversary not too long ago. I say not too long ago. I've been a mad supporter of theirs forever. I totally shelled out on all the Kickstarters for all of their games because I love them. Obviously, as I have no doubt streamed them multiple times, such as Abduction, and I've streamed a little bit of VR version of Firmament, and I need to finish Firmament, but I want a better VR system than my brother's Rift, because it's a Rift. How old is the Rift? It's old. The Rift is old. I want something new. I'd like to get the Quest 3, but I don't have money for it because I don't have a job. I kind of need help, but we'll see. Maybe I can get a job again. I don't know. You get the fun times when you injure your back in your work and you can't physically do a lot of the physical stuff anymore. It sucks. see. It says, Catherine, I've left you a message of utmost importance inside the forechamber beside the dock, which is the area we were in. Enter the number of marker switches on the island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atris. For those of you wondering, I'm grabbing this. Is my lovely scribble puzzle stuff notebook. Obviously, it's been spilled with water and shit. I got this a while ago. So, marker switch numbers. Marker switch number. We've already seen at least 2, so I'm just gonna do hatch marks. Ah. Oh, well, there's 3. Another hatch mark. Who sent me a message? Oh, is it seriously 2 o'clock? Fudging a duckin', I thought it was 1:30. I actually might have to cut this off here in 30 minutes, depending on what the weather says for the road. Because it's snowing outside, it's not necessarily easy to drive in this weather. I think I'll be fine, but I totally thought it was early in the day. I think the roads were good. It's my last appointment, so weather-related closures. Oh, dang name it. Alright, while that's loading in. Let's see, so we've got 2 marker switches. You are something. Okay. That's a 3rd marker switch. Got it. There's a 4th over there. Or 5th, actually. 5th. Alright. I think I will be fine now that I think about it, though, so let's go in here. Mostly because... Okay, so that's the rotation of the tower. Is this Akamar serious? I can never remember. He wants red pages, though.
I can't see it.
Of course you can't.
You read it.
Yeah, he just keeps talking about getting the red pages. Ah, stop it. Oh my gosh. Alright. Oh, that... This is This is Akamar. And the other one is Cirrus, right. The younger brother is Cirrus, and Akamar's the older brother. The younger brother's a jerk. Let's see. Nope.
Blue pages.
Okay, so, and Akamar wants blue pages. What else have we got? Okay, bookshelf. You're a ruined book. Okay, we have the Channelwood Age. So this is one of the ages that we can visit. Let's see. I've called this age Channelwood, and it is a very different world. Although it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Elsewhere, there are only trees, which grow directly out of the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I have arrived here late and I must rest. This is writings from Atris, if I'm not mistaken. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to... I have no idea. Can you hear that? I'm going to make that get louder. Okay, probably was not able to hear the faint air. Make that louder. Maybe if it's not music, it'll... Okay, now you can hear the background of the audio. Roughly. This is annoying, getting the flow of audio to me speaking, right? Let's see. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading in my direction. They had not seen me yet, and I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motions that I was to follow them. If I remember correctly, this world is Myst, so I'm just going to mark Myst on my book real quick. Instead, they indicated through Okay. As we talked, I began to notice that the waters slowly below us were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautifully clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which was about 10 meters above the water and could only be reached by rope ladders that stretched from the lower paths to the village level approximately halfway up the grand trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily tasks. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures. I absolutely detest spam people. And I am going to happily block you once I yank up my Twitch. Because it's not okay. They are very annoying. Where's Twitch? And I do not approve. Log in. Oh my god. SMS code sent to your phone. Yeah. Okay, I want this. I want this. Thingsta over on Twitch. I am very... If you're a legit person, very sorry about this, but if you're not a legit person, I don't care. Let's see. Okay, I want to... How do I delete this again? My chat, please. Okay. Alright, well, whatever. I'm hoping that's deleted. If it's not, I will figure it out another time. That is annoying. Okay, where was I? Let's see. If it's not deleted, I'll figure it out. I found that, let's see. At sunset, they motioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished with bright metals, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be the leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature, who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old human. At least to some extent he appears human. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely gray, almost white, and hung very long around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by an almost grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise, this creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter, I was given a bed with some hand motions that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I looked forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the tree dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are treating me now in much the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. Atris, you fucking created this world. Of course you... This man, I swear. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He has adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me he had not spoken our own tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the history of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above the humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumblings which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. The sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last a short time. Then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees, where they gradually died out. Maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. I am especially confused as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own, yet the old man believes the truth of the story as if he had been there, and the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping my hands tightly, murmuring something about rest and asleep. He then said, "We had expected you to come sooner." These actions filled me with some sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with the very solemn vases. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand on their heads. All the while, he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off the narrow path, high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body. He had fallen onto a lower level of walkway and carry it away. He was laying down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the tree creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flames engulfed him. As the strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to a dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's events. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wandered throughout the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of beings. I hope to learn their language soon, so that I may learn more from them. I lived on this world for 3 months off and on, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and my sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age will be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Cirrus and Akinar, not Akamar, I always get that fuzzed up, will react to its curious habitants. Catherine is staying behind as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along well with the tree dwellers and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak it with the tree dwellers much better than I myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check on an Osmoian age. Check on Osmoian age. He calls each of these worlds that he or his family or his people have made ages, because that's how it goes. For those of you not aware of Myst, I would hope if you're watching this, you're aware of Myst. If you're not, I hope that this is a good introduction to Myst, because it is a interesting franchise. It's an old franchise, good franchise, interesting franchise. Let's see. Cirrus had suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the boys are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while, so I will consent to their request, I warned the boys not to take advantage of the respect the tree dwellers have for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Atris is way too trusting, I swear to God. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned that Pran and her people are continuing to be menaced by the Choctic. I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly. After checking on Sirius and Akinar here. See Everdunes journal for more information. So there's more journals, but I think the Everdunes journal got burned. Like most of the journals got burned. After watching Sirius and Akinar, I see they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fears about leaving them in Channelwood alone again. And for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Sirius and Akinar are staying again. I have been gone for over 3 days and have been to many different places. I had to tell Sirius and Akinar about Pran's death today, and they are visibly shaken, although they only remembered her from their childhood. Catherine suggested that it would be wise for Sirius and Akinar to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They'll be returning with me when I leave again. I have told my sons that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence. It was rather remarkable. It seems like they constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding waters. I enjoy hearing them talk excitedly of their adventures, and am reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their many inks and insisting I write with them. And looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from the black I thought they were, to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal, and they laughed and howled. I did not know that they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I can't help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures for the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked if they can visit some of the other ages alone. Though I'll have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they are trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready for travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creatures, for I do not know how long it'll be until I visit this age once again. This is showing kind of the map actually of the age that when we travel there, this is what it looks like. So that's always nice, because we do get to travel to Channelwood. The stone ship age is if I remember, the ship in the bay that we passed by. We're able to eventually pull it out of the water, and it leads to the stone ship age. Let's see, there's so many, but this is important because of these. These are important. Alright, so let's see here. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were, a group of sharp rocks clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks, as it was never too far of a distance. One day, another person appeared on the rocks, for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave where he lived on the largest... Okay, I don't know why that turned off, but okay. On the largest rock. Soon, Branch discovered a place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. While the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Branch brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon part of the group, and all 3 boys swam and enjoyed their perfect world. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. It was not strange to me, but the 3 boys did not understand what was happening. While I was relaxing under a large tree on one of the smaller rock islands, it began to rain. It was nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make a surprising change in their world. They didn't understand, not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art, which is how Atris makes these worlds, testing the limit of the rules as dictated to me by Father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become dropped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I had hoped, I now have answers for a few of the questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoy it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I have enjoyed studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I have made a note of and named a number of constellations that pass above me. Also during the night, I catch glimmers of light from the horizon which have not been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomena or by additional people on the far-off islands or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavier rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If rain has never fallen here until recently, as the boys tell me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I have also been thinking of some plans for the lighthouse, that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light toward the horizon, it might prove my suspicion regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they have the means. I returned with many tools that I will need for construction of the lighthouse. I have decided that once the lighthouse is completed, I will leave for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rocks that we are building on seem to not be as secure as I would like. I have had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problem. This is kind of showing how the light apparatus looks. The boys are cute, strong. Oh, the boys are quite. That's a Q. Gosh, quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimate construction will be done within 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed at the structure wrought from rock with our own hands. That evening, we powered up the generator, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night on the top of the lighthouse. In the morning, awoke to observe the sunrise without my being coated with the chilly blanket of ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not too far away from the girl, and was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events which have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have more profound impact on this world than I think could have ever written. And this is kind of a bird's eye view of the age that we're going to visit. I think of it... What was it? I think of this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and open someday in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that it is indeed a surprise. Besides, I have yet another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need some way to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original 3 boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years, and the cool breezes are back again. They are all very content and have been serving me with new foods and showing me materials they have discovered. It seems they have found gold somewhere. I see it in many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition and looks as if they have tried their very best to keep it so. I have yet noted that the entire rock it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friends, I wondered aloud with them what things will be like here in another 10 years. So these are the constellations. I'm going to make this a page in my book as Stone Ship Age. So, bookie, my book. And yes, this is going to be a lot of me reading random ass shit, because there's a lot of books. So we have big star there, small star, small star, small star, big star, small star, big star. Big star is over there. Yeah. Okay. So this is the anchor. And after I finish this off, I actually have to run. Unfortunately, I did not time this very well. Big star, small star. This is an eye. We have Big star. Big star. Small star, small star. Big star, and this is a snake. Okay. Spider. This is used, if I'm not mistaken, to actually access the age. Spider. Okay. This is a cross. Big star, small star, small star. Big star, small star, small star. This is an arrow. Flamingo. One, two, three, dot. Flamingo. And then leaf. Dot, 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 dot. So, see? My lovely little scribble scrabbles. I'm gonna look and figure out how to take screenshots in this, because I know there's a way. But with that, I actually have to bid adieu. I will be back in... I'm gonna save. Oh, I want to save. How do I save again? Oh my gosh. You are being a pain in the ass. This pulls up the saves. Oh, I drag. Ha ha ha. It's been a while. Okay. I will be back in about 2 hours or so, and then I will be restreaming at that point. So I'm just going to mark on here. Schedule today at, we'll go 5 o'clock. Yeah, because that'll count for, let's see, 3. Yeah, that'll count for traffic on my way back. Actually, do 4. I will be back at 4:45. Okay?